Hello! Today we'll be talking about Carnivine. As of the filming of this, Carnivine can be considered the first single-stage pure grass-type Pokémon. Although, this is only because the previous title holder, Tangela, got an evolution. Carnivine's previous PYC dates are May 26th, 1997, March 16th, 2000, January 5th, 2003, August 26th, 2005, August 16th, 2008, June 7th, 2011, March 28th, 2014, January 16th, 2017, November 7th, 2019, and August 28th, 2022. I most know Carnivine as one of the Pokémon James has in the Gen 4 era of the anime, as well as a few later appearances. I vividly remember the scene it was introduced in, likely because it was only the second episode of Pokémon the series Diamond and Pearl. I remember James explaining that he got it as a kid, but it stayed in his mansion in the Sinnoh region for some reason. I also know Carnivine from My Pokémon Ranch. I love the idea of a Venus flytrap Pokémon, although I've always thought that Carnivine looks more like something from the Muppets than a Pokémon. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Carnivine, the bug catcher Pokémon whose number is 0455. This is what it looks like. Its type is grass, ability levitate, gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 200 or 36.6%. Breeding is a group grass. Hatch time 25 cycles. Height is 4'7" or 0.4 meters. Weight is 59.5 pounds or 27 kilograms. Base experience yield is 164 in Gen 4 and 159 5+. Leveling rate is slow. EV yield is 2 and attack. Shape is that. It has no feet, so it has no footprint. Pokédex color is green and base friendship is 70. Carnivine is a grass-type Pokémon introduced in Gen 4. It is not known to evolve into or from any other Pokémon. Biology: Carnivine is a green plant-like Pokémon resembling a Venus flytrap. Its circular eyes have small pupils, and it has spiky teeth. Its stem is yellow with green spots, with red and green vines beneath, with the appearance of tentacles. It has 2 arms resembling leaves with 3 leafy fingers each. Carnivine is very gluttonous and is known to have an unruly temper. It is capable of hanging from tree branches using its vines, while its mouth can open about 180 degrees wide. With its mouth wide open, Carnivine attracts the prey it waits for with sweet-smelling saliva, then chomps down. However, it takes a whole day to eat prey. Carnivine's diet consists mostly of insects and small bugs. It lives in forests and marshes. Carnivine, with its mouth wide open. Game data, Pokédex entries. In Gen 4, Diamond. It attracts prey with its sweet-smelling saliva, then chomps down. It takes a whole day to eat prey. Pearl. Hanging from branches using its tentacles. It looks like a plant. It awaits prey. Mouth wide open. Platinum. It binds itself to trees and marshes. It attracts prey with its sweet-smelling drool and gulps them down. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It walks around on its tentacles in search of a tree branch, where it can dangle down and ambush prey. In Gen 5, Black and White is Platinum's entry, Black 2 and White 2. Using its tentacles to lash itself to trees, it lies in wait for prey, luring it close with sweet-smelling drool. In Gen 6, X is Diamond's entry. Y is Platinum and the Black and White entries. Omega Ruby is Diamond and X's entry. Alpha Sapphire's Platinum, Black, White, and Y's entry. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond. It attracts prey with its sweet-smelling saliva, then chomps down. It takes a whole day to eat its prey. Shining Pearl. Using its tentacles to hang from branches, it looks like a plant when it is not moving. It awaits prey with its mouth wide open. Legends Arceus. Though this is a plant Pokemon, it has a gluttonous and unruly temperament. Carnivine attacks its prey with its cavernous maw wide open. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items in Legends Arceus. Normal has the Castor Fern 35% of the time. Ball of Mud 15% of the time, and grid items by level. Alpha EXP Candy S 100% of the time. Seed of Mastery 10% of the time, and grid items by level. Stats, base stats, HP 74, attack 100, defense 72, special attack 90, special defense 72, speed 46 for a total of 454. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, fighting, rock, ghost, steel, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to flying, poison, bug, fire, and ice for double, immune to ground, resistant to water, grass, and electric, all for half. Notes: if gravity is in effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball or is affected by Smackdown or Ingrain. The opponent has the ability Mold Breaker, Turbo Blaze, or Terravolt, or this Pokemon is affected by Gastro Acid, or this Pokemon's ability is replaced. The effectiveness of ground-type moves is half. So go from 0 to half. Learn set by leveling up in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. 1. Bind and Growth. 7. Bite. 11. Vine Whip. 17. Sweet Scent. 21. Ingrain. 27. Grass Knot. 31. Leaf Tornado. 37. Stockpile. Spit Up and Swallow. 41. Crunch. 47. Seed Bomb. And 50. Power Whip. Legends Arceus. At 1, it learns Absorb and masters it at 10. At 6, it learns Acid Spray and masters it at 15. At 11, it learns Bite and masters it at 20. At 18, it learns Stun Spore and masters it at 28. At 25, it learns Crunch and masters it at 35. At 34, it learns Sleep Powder and masters it at 45. And at 43, it learns Energy Ball and masters it at 54. By TM, TM09 Bullet Seed, 11 Sunny Day, 15 Hyper Beam, 17 Protect, 19 Giga Drain, 22 Solar Beam, 32 Double Team, 36 Sludge Bomb, 42 Facade, 44 Rest, 45 Attract, 46 Thief, 53 Energy Ball, 56 Fling, 58 Endure, 66 Payback, 68 Giga Impact, 70 Flash, 75 Swords Dance, 82 Sleep Talk, 86 Grass Knot, 87 Swagger, 90 Substitute, and 93 Cut. By breeding, this group gives it Acid Spray. Through chain breeding, this group gives it Leech Seed. This group gives it Magical Leaf. This group gives it Rage Powder. This group gives it Razor Leaf. This group gives it Slam. This group gives it Sleep Powder. This group gives it Stun Spore. This group gives it Synthesis. And this group gives it Worry Seed. By tutoring, there's nothing in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. In Legends Arceus, it can have Energy Ball, Giga Impact, Hyper Beam, Leech Life, Magical Leaf, Rest, and Sludge Bomb. Side game data, you got all this. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Olmia in the browser entry. It shoots seeds to attack. Guardian Signs. It launches leaf blades around itself. Got all this. Evolution data is just Carnivine. Sprites here, so a little different green. Very slightly, not much different though. The spots a little different as well on the top. And then you got the shiny, which is this kind of green. These kind of leaves, that's interesting. And the spots are like orange, like the leaves are. Platinums, you got these sprites, yeah, wildly different. Different angle, that's yeah, very interesting. Gen 5, you get the full back sprites. Gen 6, you get the models, you get the lighter colors here, interesting. And it's gonna become more yellow or gold, I guess. The leaf arms and the spots. In Gen 7, looks like it gets brighter? That's interesting. In Gen 8, you get the models in this game, which seem to be cut off. That's interesting. Homes, you get these models. Animation. Carnivine and Pokemon, the series, Diamond and Pearl. James's Carnivine is the big one. Pokedex entries in Diamond and Pearl, Episode 4, and Ash's Pokedex. Carnivine, the bug catcher Pokemon. It uses its sweet-smelling saliva to catch its prey. In Diamond and Pearl, Episode 143, in Kiori's Pokedex. Carnivine, the bug catcher Pokemon. Carnivine latches onto trees and marshes and lures its prey with its sweet-smelling saliva. In the manga, Carnivine and Pokemon Adventures. You got all this. In the TCG. Trivia. I read this first point in the Spinda video. Carnivine is the only Pokemon with the ability Levitate that is resistant to the ground type without the ability. This Pokemon shares its name, possibly by coincidence, with a monster from the Dragon Quest series. Origin. Carnivine is based on a Venus flytrap. Name origin. Carnivine may be a combination of carnivore and vine. Muscipa may be a combination of Diana muscipula. Scientific name of Venus flytrap, and Sukibara, empty stomach, or Sukiba, gap between the teeth. In other languages, related articles, external links, let's move on. Now let's watch Carnivine's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we're watching episode 468, 2 Degrees of Separation. In this episode, the main Team Rocket team, consisting of Jesse, James, and Meowth, and Wobbuffet, and Mime Jr., have come to the Sinnoh region, and now they've come across this mansion here.
Yes!
It's Carnivine.
Our second summer cottage.
Yeah?
We'd come here when the first one needed to be
Meowth can talk.
cleaned.
Great! We need cleaning. What's mine is...
I would say that is Carnivine's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Carnivine. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Carnivine. This is MMDDL Carnivine by Creating's My Game. So it's nice models of Carnivine here, Pokemon Carnivine. I'm guessing from the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, like the new one on the Switch. That was like the remake of the originals. Yeah, see, that's probably, I feel like that's the art style. So that's interesting, showing off the models, the normal and the shiny. Then we've got Carnivine by Natiadai Foxel. So, it's just the official limited, I think, unless they've changed something and I haven't noticed, or it's like a really good redraw. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anything's different. This image doesn't contain a Carnivine, so move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I'll be streaming tonight at 6 p.m. CDT Central Daylight Time. We'll be trying to get Latios, Beldum, and Camerupt, Ketchkakuna, Pidgeotto, Onix, Seadra Scyther, Porygon, Torpedo, Swablu Snorunt, Bacon, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Deoxys, Baneri, and 2 Slowpoke and Clamperl. Evolve Kakuna into Beedrill, Pidgeotto into Pidgeot, Onix into Steelix, Seadra into Kingdra, Scyther into Scizor, Porygon into Porygon 2, Swablu into Altaria, Snorunt into Glalie, Bagon all the way to Salamence, Beldum all the way to Metagross, Baneri into Lopunny, 1 Slowpoke into Slowbro, the other Slowpoke into Slowking, 1 Clamperl into Huntail, and the other Clamperl into Gorbis, and Mega Evolve Latios, Sceptile, Beedrill, Pidgeot Slowbro, Steelix, Sableye, Sharpedo, Camerupt, Altaria, Glalie, Salamence, Metagross, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, and Lopunny. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Finneon. As always, this isn't my proper outfit, you'll see me tomorrow.